Ladies and gentlemen, there's that old saying, fool me once, shame on you, fool me twice, shame on me. Or as President Bush would say, fool me, well, you can't fool a fool. Anyways, when they told me that there was going to be a new Borat movie, the thought that crossed my mind was, how? This movie that came out in 2006 was so incredibly popular. People around the world were walking around going, high five, very nice. I mean, it just completely inhabited our lexicon. Sacha Baron Cohen created a character that was so incredibly popular. How in the world could you do that movie again? Because the whole premise of the film was being able to play pranks on people. And once you've been able to do it, they know what's going to be coming. Well, with all due respect, never underestimate some of the red states. Because what Sacha Baron Cohen and team were able to do was once again have this film be extremely successful during pandemic times in states that would not have been overly familiar with exactly who Borat was. And that's exactly what they did. Perfectly timed right before the 2020 election, Sacha Baron Cohen once again donned the character of Borat and once again was able to pull the wool over so many people's eyes. What makes this character so incredibly successful, in my opinion, is the fact that he's just so brilliant at being able to poke fun at people and some of their beliefs and some of their thoughts. And in this movie, taking it a step further and bringing in some very well-known politicians along for the ride. Now, it's one thing for me to sit here and celebrate the utter genius that is Sacha Baron Cohen. But you know what? He likes to share the wealth. And this time he was sharing it with a character that would be pretending to be his daughter, played by the phenomenal Maria Bakalova, who has now got herself a lot of different nominations in the process. Now, the premise of this movie is that he has shamed his country with his last film, and now he has to come to the States to right that wrong. Now, of course, he presents himself in character as someone who is very supportive of Premier Trump and his beliefs, but outside of that, we see that he's basically making fun of an establishment that leaves itself very easy to be made fun of. There are comedians that you come across that are stand-up comedians. The Chris Rocks, the Dave Chappelles, the Jerry Seinfelds. Then there are comedians that we come across that are like some of the physical comedians, and right off the bat, John Ritter comes to mind. But in Sacha Baron Cohen, you've got a comedian who is not shy at putting himself at risk for the laugh. And not just for the laugh, but for the thought. Because you look at what he's done with this character, and it is very thought-provoking. I think this film is fantastic. In terms of whether it's as good as the original, I think it comes out at a different time, and I think it serves a different purpose. But if you haven't seen Borat's subsequent film, I don't know why, jump on it. It's on Amazon Prime. It's a fantastic, fantastic film. I thoroughly enjoyed it. I give this movie a B+. If you have the chance to see it, let me know what you think. CFL_fan on Twitter, Facebook.com/WittyWhittier and WittyWhittier.com. Thank you so much for checking this out. My name is Keith, and I'll see you at the movies.